quarterfinal.
Okay guys, see, in our discussion about climate change, there are people or there are climate researchers who said that, the problem's really, really bad. Other people say the problem's not as bad, but it's an eventuality. And there are people who also say that it's not a problem at all. And with all these avenues of information, a lot of people in society were starting to lean to the idea that it is bad, it's an eventuality, and we need to do something about it. But the moment like NYU or like the University of Sydney started to start to produce a research paper that says that climate change is not a problem, what we suggested on this side is that it's going to convince a lot of people, it's going to dent the kind of consensus that's already been established. Now you get bigger and you continue allow corporations to continue flooding these independent academic researchers. And something that's going to happen since they're also vulnerable and so limited, lacking of funding, right? Like what they said. We think what's going to happen is that you're going to even further pervert the kind of research that's going to happen here, and you're going to allow them to further change the way people think about issues and bend it to their own corporate logic. Now that's the harm that we're talking about, and that's a realistic harm that they've never dealt with. So I'm going to do like a couple of things. I'm going to look at a couple of points. The first point will be random pot shots at our policy, and secondly about how we improve the quality of discourse. So let's look at the first one, right? Random pot shots. Because the only argument was the idea of faking results. And we were quite clear with this. We proposed that there was no such thing as an overriding good. It's an argument about persuasion, it's an argument about dogma and voice. And what's going to happen here is that you're going to allow them to dominate and hegemonize the kind of dogma that exists in that particular discourse, and we think that's harmful, right? Look back to my preamble, the NYU thing. So we don't think that necessarily helps. And that's the only rebuttal that they had to the kind of 4 pieces of analysis that I gave, right? The idea of perception, respectability, benefits of open source research, and short term. And if you just weigh it up, guys, I think ours are a lot more realistic, and it's just better, right? At least you got this. Now the second idea, this concept, like they said, it's not anti-majoritarian. These people will still research for the good of society. We don't disagree. There are some nice corporations out there, like McDonald's or something like that. But we think there are also areas where they are undeniably against the majoritarian consensus. For example, tobacco companies. What's happening here, like we said, is that even though they're researching to make cigarettes safer, they're also pushing for research that says that smoking is not bad at all. They don't have to fake results, because I think there's arguably a room for them to make such proclamations. But what basically happens when you allow them to aggrandize independent academic researchers is you close the spectrum a lot more. So the kind of decisions that I'm making is further compelled to a specific direction, something that we don't want. We want to open it up further because that's the kind of pursuit of knowledge that we think is important. So the second idea, right, improves the quality of discourse. I like the first point that he said, right? Oh, Pfizer wants to save the world, perhaps make better Viagra pills or something like that, right? And the only way for them to do this is to flood independent academic researchers. We don't see the logic. They have their own corporate scientists. They can do whatever they want. They can save the world in their own backyard. We don't see why there's a need to aggrandize independent academic researchers who make the active move not to join these corporations because they have an opposing viewpoint. We don't see the logic behind that at all. Secondly, right, and this was I think the only point that could have won them but didn't really win them, is the idea that, there might be a premature death anyway, so therefore there's no difference. But we give several responses to that, right? The first response is that we believe in the free market. If the particular research is good enough, people will step in and research it anyway. Secondly, we argued, right, if you want to do it, then do it in your own backyard anyway. And thirdly, we argued that the moment you allow corporations into the calculus, what's going to happen is that you are going to guarantee the death of alternative viewpoints, and you are going to diminish risk-taking. Arguments that me and Sana made never once dealt with. They went to the next idea, right? Self-interest will suddenly reign. No shit, everybody is self-interested, right? And we have no problem with that. What we want to do is pit ambition against ambition, and that's the whole point of diversity in discourse that we are trying to seek for. What they're basically going for is that you're going to homogenize everything or narrow it increasingly, something that we think is bad. Or secondly, we think that's a concession already, right? You're already saying self-interest is bad, but you are going to perpetuate one viewpoint, one point of self-interest. You're going to further undermine the ability for people to make rational choice. Mr. Speaker, it's easy, right? The girls want to go to the semis. We suggest Dongdae Moon, Sinchon, and also some other areas and so, because we think the shopping is really excellent. We're going there instead.